Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the information session about the 2022-23 virtual program registration. I'm Tara Dean, and I am the Director of Special Projects, and one of the things I do is I oversee our virtual program here in Greenville County. So we're going to get started. In the chat, I put a copy of the presentation for each of you, and you can just copy that and look at that at a later time. It also has a link to a form for questions if you have any after this presentation. We're going to go over several things. It's being recorded, just so you know. It's in a webinar format, so I will just be presenting information. And as I said, there's a question that's in a form of a survey that you can submit any questions you have after the presentation. The registration window is currently open. It opened today at 8 a.m. And it will close on Wednesday, December 1st at 5 p.m. The following are requirements if you're going to register your child for the virtual program. First of all, you must be enrolled. The child must be enrolled in Greenville County Schools. You can enroll your child starting with Parent Backpack. You must also have a parent backpack, and there are directions in this presentation on how you can get a parent backpack. There's more information about our virtual program on our Greenville County Virtual Program website, and that link is in this presentation. There are a few things that will not be offered in the Greenville County Virtual Program. First of all, we will not offer 4K programs. We found in our first year that most of our 4K students need face-to-face interaction. We will not be offering preschool with disabilities programs, and some of our self-contained special ed services in K through 12 do not lend themselves to virtual presentation, and they need more intense services. And that is something that will be only available in brick and mortar. Several of our specialized magnet programs will not be offered in the virtual program. Our Charlestown Center, our language immersion programs will not be offered in the K-12 virtual option. As I said, you can go to the Greenville County Virtual Program page, and you will see here Greenville County Virtual Program. You will click on that link, and you can find a wealth of information about attendance policies, about class schedules, student handbooks, parent handbooks, and a lot of information that may answer some of your questions you may have after the presentation today. Also on this slide is how do you register for a parent backpack, and also on our website. There is a tutorial on parent backpack and how to use it and how to log into parent backpack, and also how to create an account. So this is all on our virtual program website if you have questions about that and do not have a parent backpack. Just so you know, Parent Backpack is where you would go to register your child for virtual programs and many other programs that we offer in Greenville County Schools. It also gives you access every day to your child's grades, updated grades, and updated attendance, as well as behaviors. So the first thing you need to do, you can do that today if you're interested in registering your child for the virtual program, is you would go to Parent Backpack. And here are directions of how you would register your child for the virtual program. And I'm going to show you a screenshot of what you will see. After you complete the registration, you will get an email confirmation saying we have received your application. And we will schedule your child in the spring. In February, if your child is accepted into the program, you will get a notification via email from the administration in the virtual program that your child has been accepted. A parent contract will be sent. You will need to sign that and say, yes, I want my slot Once we know that, we will begin scheduling your child for the virtual program for the 22-23 school year. This is a shot or a screenshot of a parent backpack. This is a student. You would go in and you would say, apply for programs. Once you ask to apply to a special program, you're going to be looking at, and if your eyes are like mine, this is hard to read, but here at the bottom it says full-time virtual program. That is what you want to find, and then you would go over here and hit apply. So make sure you look for full-time virtual program, apply. So you would log into your parent backpack, you would find programs right here. It says programs. You would click that. It will list the different programs your child is eligible to apply for. You're going to be looking for full-time virtual program, and then you hit apply. There are just several questions you may have. Once your child is applied and you've accepted the slot, our elementary students will be scheduled by grade level. They will be scheduled for any special services they may need, such as gifted and talented, ESOL, or special ed as needed. All rising 6th through 12th graders will be contacted by the virtual program counselor to make course selections. Just some frequently asked questions that we get throughout the year. As you know, we are currently in our second year of offering full-time virtual services to students in grades 5K through 12th grade. Next year will be our third year. Will students will be scheduled for others in their home school? No, we will not necessarily be scheduling children from the same school, but we will be scheduling them by the same grade level and by their academic record. Now, we cannot guarantee, just so you know, we can't guarantee you that they'll be in a class with a student they know or a teacher from their home-based school. Another question we constantly get is, can I change my mind to go back to brick and mortar? Obviously, you will not know until February if you've received a slot. After that time, you can let us know. If that is approved, then you will make that transition at the end of a 9 weeks. So there may be some movement before school starts if you change your mind. But please know that when you sign up for these programs, that's how we hire staff. And when you leave a school, that's how they hire staff. So numbers are based on how many teachers we get, how many support staff we get. And when lots of parents change their minds, that could change the number of staff members. So please do not apply for this program at this point if this is not something you know you want to do. There might be another window come April, but this window is for parents that know this is the way I want my children to go to school next year. Other frequently asked questions: are students expected to participate in live sessions? For example, if you are a 6th grader, you would have a first period, a second period. There are 7 periods in the middle school schedule. Students are required to go to the live sessions. That's where they get direct instruction from teachers. That's where they get their questions answered. So yes, the student is required to go to the live sessions. There are some extenuating circumstances, and if that is the case, that must be that your child cannot attend a live session. That would need to be approved by a virtual administrator. I want you to know that is an extenuating circumstance. Will all courses be available virtually? No, not all courses are available. You would have to go to the catalog, the GCS School Master Catalog website, and you can click on that link and you can see what we offer. And some electives may have to be taken back in brick and mortar. For example, in high school, marching band is something you have to go into the home high school to take. If you're at the Fine Arts Center, those classes are face-to-face. If you decide you want to go to Donaldson, Emory, Bonds, or Golden Strip to take a class, those are also face-to-face. But that is allowable, and you can take the rest of your content classes through the virtual program. Will transportation be available to the homeschool if you have to take an elective at the homeschool or Fine Arts Center or one of our centers? We will not provide transportation to students in the virtual program to any of these locations. So that would be something you would need to work out. Will the virtual program continue after the pandemic? You know, we're still in this COVID pandemic. In fact, I'm working from home today due to that. So we will still continue to offer this to parents as long as there's adequate interest. We need to make sure that we have enough students to make up a class, and that we have enough students to offer certain virtual class options. Will students keep magnets and choice slots if they participate in the virtual program? Many of our parents choose for students to go to schools that are not in their zone, where they're zoned for programmatic reasons or for convenient reasons. If you choose the virtual program and you also choose choice, you're going to have to make a decision. Do I want my child to be virtual, or do I want them to go to their choice or their magnet school? If you choose virtual, the slot for choice or the slot for magnet will not be held for your child. Those will be given to the student next on the waiting list. That's important to understand. What if you do not have access to internet or email? Please know, if you're choosing the virtual program, you have to have access to internet. However, there are some programs out there that could give you a reduced cost to that, and it's called the Emergency Broadband Benefit. The federal government provides this, and it's $50 a month for internet. You would have to apply, and you would have to meet whatever that criteria is. Of course, this is a federal government program, and as all programs with our government, it may not be continued or approved in the next budget round. But we've given you that website, and you can look into that. Will my child receive a Chromebook? All of our students in Greenville County Schools have access to Chromebook, but especially those in our virtual programs. If your child applies and accepted the virtual program at the beginning of the school year, in fact, before school starts, wherever your child's homeschool is, will let you know or be looking at their website, because that's where you will pick up your child's Chromebook for the next year. It will be issued through your child's homeschool. If you have, sorry, didn't mean to get to that. This is the end of my presentation, but if you have questions about the virtual program, you can use this link that I've also put in the chat, and you can submit your questions through this form or survey, and we will answer them and get back with you. We just ask that you type in your email address and your question into that document. Also, please remember, you can go to our Greenville County virtual website, and there are many questions answered there. We also have a Greenville County virtual email address, and I have listed that in this presentation here, which is gcsvirtual@greenville.k12.sc.us, and that is an email address where you can submit questions as well. Again, I thank you for your participation today. In the chat is a link to the presentation. If you have questions, please make sure to either email our GCS virtual email address or submit your questions through the survey. I hope you have a great rest of the day and have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for attending.